"Morning, Nan. Morning, Grandad," I yelled, bursting through the back gate, careful to avoid Mrs. Higgins' prize-winning petunias next door. I clutched a rolled-up bundle of newspapers, still damp from the morning air. Our postman, bless his well-meaning but occasionally bewildered soul, had once again delivered Mr. and Mrs. Smith's Daily Telegraph to number 14 instead of number 12, and by number 12 I meant my grandparents' house. Grandad Arthur, a man whose tweed jacket probably had more stories than most libraries, was already seated at the kitchen table, spectacles perched on his nose, attempting to decipher the crossword in the Times. He'd been an English teacher for 40 years, and even in retirement, his vocabulary was a force of nature. Nan Mary, a sharp-witted former maths teacher with a twinkle in her eye, was at the hob, stirring a pot of what smelled suspiciously like her legendary porridge. 50 years they'd been married, soulmates, always finishing each other's sentences, and always, always up for a good natter about whatever triviality the day might bring. "William, darling, come here, you!" Nan Mary exclaimed, abandoning the porridge to envelop me in a warm hug that smelled of cinnamon and comfort. Grandad Arthur, equally delighted, reached over to ruffle my hair, nearly knocking his spectacles off. "Newspapers, young man? Excellent work. Our intrepid postie strikes again," Grandad chuckled, taking his telegraph with a satisfied grunt. "Now, William," Nan said, pulling back slightly, "you'll need your umbrella today, won't you? The radio just said it's going to rain." Grandad Arthur immediately slammed his telegraph down on the table, making me jump. "Rain?" he boomed, his voice rumbling like distant thunder. "Rain, Mary? Is that all they can say? Rain? What a disgrace! Utterly amateurish. You'd think, after all these years, the BBC would employ a meteorologist with a modicum of literary flair, wouldn't you? Or at least a thesaurus." Nan Mary, unfazed, merely raised an eyebrow. "What's got your knickers in a twist now, Arthur? It's just rain." "It's just rain, you say? My dear woman, there is no such thing as just rain. It's like saying just a number to a mathematician, or just a word to an English teacher. People, Mary, listen to the forecast precisely so they can be prepared. What kind of rain, I ask you? Will it be a gentle drizzle, barely wetting the pavement, a fine misty spray that makes your hair curl, or a relentless downpour, a veritable deluge that sends commuters scurrying for shelter and turns the streets into rivers?" He was on a roll now, gesticulating wildly with his teaspoon. "Perhaps it will be a soft pitter-patter, a quiet sprinkle perfect for reading by the window, or a sudden cloudburst, an unexpected squall that catches you unawares. Is it a light shower, a prolonged soaker, a heavy sheet of rain, a violent torrent? Will there be blustery conditions, a driving spatter against the window panes, or merely a light misting?" I stood there, holding my half-eaten slice of toast, utterly captivated. Grandad Arthur was a marvel when he got going. Nan Mary, meanwhile, had returned to her porridge, stirring with serene concentration. "You see, William," Grandad continued, turning to me, his eyes gleaming with academic fervor, "each word carries a nuance, a specific emotional and practical weight. A gully washer implies chaos and muddy boots. A sun shower suggests fleeting beauty, a rainbow perhaps. A monsoon evokes exotic lands and endless days of dampness. Are we expecting a Scotch mist, a thick, clinging dampness that seeps into your bones, or a torrential chatter, a noisy onslaught on the roof?" He paused, taking a breath. "The poor dear wants to know if he needs his Wellington boots, his waterproof jacket, or just a small decorative umbrella. A good forecast, William, paints a picture. It's a verbal masterpiece. And this chap, this weather presenter, he just utters the word rain as if it were a single monolithic entity. It's an insult to the English language, a linguistic travesty. Nan Mary finally put her spoon down. Arthur, she said, her voice calm but firm, they said rain. That usually means wet stuff from the sky. Take your umbrella, William, just in case. Grandad sighed dramatically, a man defeated by the mundane. 50 years, Mary, 50 years I've been trying to elevate your appreciation for descriptive prose, and still, wet stuff from the sky. He shook his head mournfully. I gave them both a big hug, careful not to squeeze Grandad too hard, lest I dislodge another literary rant. Thanks, Grandad. Thanks, Nan. I'll take my brolly. As I walked out, the sun, which had been lurking shyly behind the clouds earlier, burst forth with unexpected brilliance. The sky was a brilliant, cloudless blue, not a single drizzle, sprinkle, downpour, or squall in sight. No sheet, no torrent, no misting. I chuckled to myself all the way to school. Grandad Arthur would have a field day with that forecast inaccuracy, and probably another 50 synonyms ready for the next time.